were roasted red peppers. I don't know if they were roasted, oh my gosh. And today we're doing a California bowl roll. No. Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Nikki, and today's video is going to be a recipe video where I'm giving you guys 7 different bowl recipes. So I haven't done one of these videos in a very long time. I will actually link the original 7 bowls video that I did in the description below, but today's gonna be a new one with 7 different bowls, and I'm super excited about it. So if you enjoy this video or find it helpful, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I will have the recipes for these bowls typed out below in the description, and most of these I'm just going to be keeping low points on WeightWatchers. I try to get veggies and 0-point foods in and some protein, and that's just how I stay on track with my weight loss journey. So I'm going to be going through the first one today. Bowls are something that I love to have. They're so quick and easy for me to throw together, especially when I have different ingredients on hand or ingredients prepped, like veggie mix or jasmine rice, which is my favorite base to use for bowls. So really quick, I'll just explain that. When I make a rice bowl, which is what I'm gonna be doing for all 7 of these, I love to do rice as a base. You could do a different base for any of these. I've done quinoa and couscous before. You could also do like romaine or spinach or any lettuce or anything. I personally feel like bowls are more filling when they have a base of something like rice or couscous, so that's what I prefer to do. But again, it's whatever you prefer. You could even do pasta with some of these. So anyway, I like to use about 3/4 cup of cooked jasmine rice for 5 points on WeightWatchers. If you guys don't know, I track using WeightWatchers. I don't always track with MyFitnessPal and calories and stuff, so I do focus on points. But I usually do a 5-point serving of cooked jasmine rice. I have it prepped in the fridge like this, and I just weigh it out on my food scale when I make the bowl. So I lay out the base of rice and usually put any of the ingredients that need to be heated up in the microwave, and then I pop it in the microwave and then I add the cold ingredients. That's usually how it is for all the bowls I make. And like I said, sometimes I've got the ingredients prepped. Today it's more just some of the ingredients I have on hand that I'm gonna throw together. That's just how I stay on track and why bowls are so helpful for me. So I have a cookbook where I have a bunch of bowl recipes that I ate all the time throughout my weight loss journey. There's bowls that I still eat all the time. But now that I'm working on cookbook number 2, I have been trying out some different recipes and bowls, and it's been really exciting, and we've been trying some really good things. So I'm excited to share some of these with you. So starting out today, we're going to be doing a buffalo chicken bowl, which of course Adam was super excited about. I was honestly surprised I hadn't shared one of these before, but I think this is gonna be really good today. So I think you could use crispy chicken, but I honestly just wanna use a lower point option, which today we're gonna be using this hand-pulled rotisserie chicken breast from Costco. So this is 0 points on WeightWatchers, which is nice. The serving of 3 ounces has 21 grams of protein and 110 calories. And I think I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of break it up a little bit more and mix it with some buffalo sauce. So this is Adam's favorite. It's the Sweet Baby Ray's. He also really likes the Kinder's and the Frank's Red Hot sauce, but this is what we have on hand right now. I can check and see if we have any others, but I think I'm gonna use this one, which I think it's technically a point for 2 tablespoons, but I think 1 is 0. But I don't think I'll use too much for my bowl because I don't want it too spicy. So I'll have the base of rice, and then I'll add the shredded chicken with buffalo sauce and heat that up. Then to that, I'm gonna chop up some green onions, some tomatoes, and like I said, I like to pack these bowls with 0-point foods to make them more filling. So I'm also gonna do some cucumbers and carrots. I feel like all of those veggies kind of make me think of like buffalo wings, so I thought those would all be really good on there. But then I also want something with a little bit of a crunch. So we're gonna use just a point worth of these blue corn tortilla chips. We pretty much just have crumbs, and I think I'll just weigh out the serving, but technically you can have 5 chips for 1 point. So I'm just gonna crumble those up to add a little saltiness and crunch to the bowl. I feel like, again, I usually associate tortilla chips with buffalo chicken. So I think that'll be good for a little crunch, and it only adds a point. And then I'm not a huge fan of blue cheese, but I do like blue cheese dressing. So I got the Bolthouse Farms chunky blue cheese. I think this bowl would be really good if you added regular blue cheese if you like it, but honestly, I think even Adam would prefer this. So this just kills 2 birds with 1 stone. It adds a little sauce and the blue cheese to the bowl. So it's 2 points for 2 tablespoons, 50 calories and 2 grams of protein. And I think I'm just gonna use a 2-point serving in the bowl, and that'll be everything. So it's super easy to assemble. I just have to chop up some of the veggies and then heat up the chicken and the rice. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so my buffalo chicken bowl is done. It looks really good. I like how colorful it is, and I feel like this all mixed together is gonna be really good. It's only 8 points for all of this, so it's gonna be super filling. It's 1 point for the tortilla chips, 2 for the dressing, and 5 for the rice that I used. Everything else is 0 points in here. Then in my fitness pal, I tracked this. It is about 500 calories, and it's got 37 grams of protein. So like I said, I'm just gonna mix this all together, and this will be super filling and helps me to get a lot of 0 point foods in. Okay, we are on to the next bowl that I'm gonna be making. And today we're doing a California roll bowl. So that's hard to say, but I love sushi, Adam loves sushi, and we have it all the time. And sometimes at home we like to make kind of like a sushi bowl. So I guess this is just like a sushi bowl in general, but specifically we're going California roll today. So we're gonna do a base of jasmine rice, and I'm gonna do 3/4 cup cooked jasmine rice for 5 points on WeightWatchers. I've got my container prepped here. So I'm just gonna portion that out into my bowl. Then usually a California roll has crab, so we're going to use some of this crab that I just got from Aldi. For 2 of the sticks like this, it's 2 points on WeightWatchers. So I'm just gonna dice up 2 for each of our bowls. It's 70 calories and 9 grams of protein in that. Then they also usually have cucumber, so I'm gonna cut up some cucumber, and then avocado. So we're gonna each have probably like 1/4 of an avocado. I think I might weigh it just to see how to track it exactly for how much I use, but those are the 3 things for sure we're gonna have. Then we're gonna add some shredded carrots. So I just got this bag from Trader Joe's, but 0 points, and it adds some good crunch to the bowl. I love green onion with my sushi, so I definitely wanna have some green onion on my bowl as well. So I'm gonna add some of this. Then I got these from Fresh Thyme. So usually I can find them anywhere, but I was just at Fresh Thyme picking up some stuff, and I saw that they had a teriyaki flavor of their roasted seaweed. It just comes in a little container like this, and this will really help it to taste like sushi, honestly. And it's like got a little salt and seasoning on it, and I think that'll be just like a perfect topper to crumble on top of the bowl. Then I'm also gonna make a spicy mayo. So I've got light mayo. I'm gonna do a tablespoon for my bowl, and then I'm gonna mix it with some sriracha to make it a little bit spicy. That'll be my sauce that I add on top. I'm also gonna add some coconut aminos, which are 0 points on WeightWatchers. And then I also wanna point out, Adam's gonna add some salmon to his. I don't really like this, but he's gonna add some smoked salmon. And I think it's like 3 points for the serving, depending on how much he uses though, but he's gonna add that to his bowl as well. And that's gonna be our sushi bowl. So it's going to be 9 points on WeightWatchers. It's 5 for the serving of rice, 2 for the crab, and then I'm tracking 1 for the avocado. It might be 2 depending on how much I use, so then maybe it'll be a 10-point bowl. But then I just need to track a point of the light mayo. So 9 points for that. It's about 414 calories. I'm gonna go ahead and start assembling this. I don't even really have that much chopping to do, just the crab and the cucumber, and then it's pretty much just heating up the rice and adding all the toppings. Okay, so here is my finished California roll bowl. I'm so excited for this. It honestly just smells like fresh sushi right now. I think that the seaweed is a really good addition. And honestly, I'm mostly excited for the avocado today, but everything looks good. This came out to 9 points total on WeightWatchers, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat this. I wanna show Adam's bowl because we were just joking about how mine always looks when I actually try to like plate it versus his, but same thing, and it still gets the job done. He's just got the salmon on his. So that wraps up bowl number 2, and I will be back with the next one. Okay, we are moving on to another bowl. So this bowl that I'm sharing now is a chicken bacon ranch bowl, and honestly one that I make the most when I just want something quick and easy and I don't really know what to make. usually I have most of these ingredients on hand to make this type of bowl. So it's become one of my favorites because of that, because it's nice and high in protein. It uses usually like produce that I have on hand. Usually I've got like cucumbers and lettuce, and it's kind of easy to like interchange things. So I can do a bunch of different types of chicken for it. I can do different types of ranch. Today I'm actually going to be using a fire chili ranch from Bolthouse. So this one has a kick to it and a little bit different flavor, but I'm kind of craving it. So usually I would just use their regular ranch, but today I'm going to be using this. So I actually went ahead and already weighed it out into this little piping bag. So I've got these extra bags that I can't use for icing because they're too thin. So they work well for sauces in the kitchen. So that's usually how I like plate and do like nice sauce drizzles and stuff on my plates. And a lot of times it's because I take pictures for my cookbook and stuff. So it's nice and easy to just have them in this bag. So I actually just weighed out this portion and it is 1 point on WeightWatchers. Usually I don't track Bolthouse in different like dressings that are only like a point or two, but for the sake of recipe videos and stuff, I do include it. So I'm gonna be using a point of this. I'm gonna start with a normal base of jasmine rice like I normally do. So I'm gonna do a 5-point serving. I'm just gonna use my food scale and weigh it out using that. So I'm gonna do 5 points of jasmine rice. I actually already went ahead and heated up my chicken that I'm using today. So I'm gonna be using blackened chicken for this. I did about 4 ounces and I just heated it up in the air fryer. This also has kind of a kick to it. So this bowl is gonna be a little bit more on the spicy side, but I kind of like it with a lot of cucumbers and lettuce so that it kind of balances out. I've got my chicken here and it's already cooked, so I'm gonna cut this up. I'll just heat up the rice first. I might add the bacon to it too, and then heat the rice and bacon, add the chicken, and then the rest of the toppings are cold. I've got bacon here. This is another thing that I usually have prepped because we'll usually just make a batch of it and keep it stored in a container like this in the fridge. So I've got 2 pieces of center cut bacon I'm gonna be using for 2 points on WeightWatchers. Then I've been craving banana peppers and I feel like they'll go really well with this. I've done it before, but I haven't had these in a while. So this is something that I don't always have when I make the chicken bacon ranch bowl, but it is good. So today I'm gonna be adding some of these banana peppers. They're 0 points on WeightWatchers and they just add some good flavor to it. Like I said, I'm gonna be adding some cucumbers and some lettuce. So I like to use mini cucumbers just because I feel like they just have a better crunch. A lot of the time I don't like cutting up one big cucumber and then using the leftovers and stuff just because of the texture. It's just my personal preference to get these mini cucumbers and I love them. So it gets me to eat them all the time and add more veggies to my meals. So I'm gonna be using probably one of these because this one's actually kind of big. So I'll probably use one of the bigger ones today. And then I'm gonna use some romaine lettuce. Both of those are 0 points. And then the last thing that I'm adding to this bowl today is going to be some avocado. So again, with that, I already took out the portion that I'm gonna be using. I just did slices and I weighed it on my food scale and it is a 1 point serving. So I'm gonna be adding 1 point of fresh avocado to it and that'll be the whole bowl. So I'm gonna get started. Like I said, just heat up the rice with the bacon and the chicken's already hot. I just need to cut it up with some kitchen scissors. That makes it nice and easy. And then I just need to cut up the cucumbers, lettuce, and banana peppers. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this one assembled. It is going to be 9 points total on WeightWatchers and always one of my favorite bowls to have. So my chicken bacon ranch bowl is done. I've got the base of jasmine rice for 5 points, 2 points of center cut bacon, the banana peppers, romaine, and cucumbers, and blackened chicken are all 0 points on WeightWatchers. Then I've got a point of the salsa ranch and a point of avocado. So 9 points total for this bowl on WeightWatchers. I also tracked it in MyFitnessPal to get the calories, and it's about 432 calories and 32 grams of protein. I'm gonna go ahead and mix it all together, and then that is my chicken bacon ranch bowl. Like I said, this one is the one that I make the most when I just need something quick and easy to throw together. Sometimes I don't have a lot of veggies, but I can do even just like a veggie mix, lettuce, chicken, bacon, and ranch, and it's good. Sometimes I add cheese. A lot of times I do like to add the cucumber if I have it because it gives a nice crunch. But yeah, this is the bowl and one of my favorites to make. Okay, we are making another bowl right now. So tonight we're gonna do a falafel bowl. This is inspired by Naf Naf, which is a restaurant that actually Adam found with his friend in Indy. And we realized we have one about 45 minutes from us, but we never really go. So on rare occasions we'll have it, but we really like to make it at home because we can kind of make it pretty similar with a lot of the same ingredients. So it is, like I said, inspired by Naf Naf bowls. We're gonna be doing a base of couscous. So this is from Trader Joe's. This is just their organic couscous. It's 4 points for the serving of a 1/4 cup dry, which is how much we do for a serving. So usually what I do is I just do 2 servings in one bowl like this, and I cook it with some chicken broth. I usually just cover the couscous with the broth and then cook it, and if it needs a little more, I'll add a splash more of the chicken broth, but I pretty much just microwave it, and I usually microwave it for like 2.5 to 3 minutes, but then I just fluff it with a fork and it works as the perfect base. And like I said, it's only 4 points for that base. That'll be instead of the jasmine rice for this bowl today, but you could use jasmine rice if you want, or of course, like any of these bowls, you could do cauliflower rice or lettuce or any other rice or base that you prefer. So anyway, we are gonna do chicken with this today, and usually it's like chicken shawarma. I was gonna do blackened chicken, but I actually have this chicken in the fridge that we need to use up, and I think it'll work just as well. So this is just some rotisserie chicken from Costco. It's kind of in big chunks, so I'm gonna shred it up a little bit more and just heat it up with some seasoning. So I feel like pickle goes really well with it. Actually, there's pickles in the Naf Naf bowls and we're not gonna have any today. So I'm gonna season the chicken with some dill pickle seasoning and some garlic powder, and then that'll just give it a little bit more flavor because it's kind of just like plain rotisserie chicken right now. But that is 0 points on WeightWatchers. So that'll add some protein and no points. Then I actually did just make these. So I cut up a red onion, and then in a pot on the stove, I boiled some apple cider vinegar with regular vinegar and water, and then just a little bit of honey. And it was actually like a chili spicy honey that I had. So that'll give it a little kick. Then I just added a little bit of salt, and I think that was everything. So I boiled it and then poured it onto the onions, and now it's just been sitting in here. And by the time these cool, they'll be perfect for the bowl, and they'll be slightly pickled. So those are the onions we're gonna be putting in for 0 points. Then they usually have this little mix that's like cucumber and tomato. So I'm gonna dice up some cucumber and tomato and make that. That'll be another 0 point option that we add on there. Then the best part and our favorite part is the falafel. So I've got this already made falafel from Trader Joe's. It comes in the freezer section. We found it at other stores before, but we just love this one from Trader Joe's. It's 250 calories for 4 pieces, but we're actually gonna be doing 3 because they're actually pretty big in size, and we find that 3 is like the perfect amount for the bowls. I usually end up dicing them up when I add them to them, but we're gonna go ahead and make these just in the air fryer, and we're gonna have 3 of them for 4 points. Then the last thing we're gonna add to the bowl is the hummus, which is also one of my favorite parts about these bowls. I got this roasted garlic hummus from Walmart. It's 2 points for 2 tablespoons, and that's the amount I'm gonna be using on the bowls, and it just adds like the perfect sauce. They do have some other sauces there that are kind of like hot sauces, and so we do have hot sauce here that maybe Adam will add, but usually for me, I just like the hummus mixed together with like the veggies and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and start cooking up the couscous and the chicken with some seasoning. And then again, this is a bowl that is really quick and easy to throw together. It's just kind of waiting on the falafel to cook up in the air fryer and then assembling everything. And this bowl comes out to 10 points total on WeightWatchers for me today. So like I said, I'm using 2 points of the hummus. Sometimes I have a hummus that's lower in points, so it'll just be a 1 point serving, but this one specifically is 2 points. I'm gonna be having 3 pieces of falafel for 4 points. If I was making this as a lunch bowl, I might only do 2 pieces for 3 points. And then I'm doing a 1/4 cup dry of the couscous, which is a 4 point serving. So 10 points for this bowl. In MyFitnessPal, it's about 600 calories and 40 grams of protein. Okay, so here's my finished falafel bowl. I've got the base of couscous, the cucumber tomato salad, the chicken, which I seasoned with the dill pickle and garlic seasoning, the pickled onions, which we actually tried one and they taste really good and they smell so good too. But I've got the falafel that we air fried, the garlic hummus, and that is my entire bowl. So 10 points total on WeightWatchers. In MyFitnessPal, it's 600 calories and 40 grams of protein. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix this together and then I'll be back with the next bowl. Okay, we are moving on to another bowl, and today we are doing a barbecue pulled pork rice bowl. So I'm excited for this one because I love everything barbecue, and I'm excited to be using this Sam's Club pulled pork. A lot of the times for recipes where I want pulled pork, I'll use pulled chicken, but I recently found this at Sam's and it's 3 points for 3 ounces. I'm debating whether or not I'm gonna have 3 or 4. It's 4 points for 4 ounces and 3 for 3. So I'm gonna be using this as my main protein and as my pulled pork for this bowl today, but pulled chicken would also work, and you could also just use like shredded chicken breast as 0 points for this too. We're gonna be doing a base of jasmine rice, and today I actually have brown jasmine rice. It is the same amount of points on WeightWatchers as the regular jasmine rice I use. It's just from Trader Joe's and it's just what I had on hand, so that's what we prepped this week. So I'm gonna be using a base of jasmine rice for 5 points. Like I said, probably 3 points of the pulled pork, and then pretty much everything else is 0 points that I'm gonna be adding to this, other than the coleslaw. So I got a big bag of this coleslaw mix from Sam's Club as well, and I have half of it in a container right now that I'm gonna make into coleslaw for this dish tonight. So to make it, I'm just gonna use some light mayo, some salt and pepper, some apple cider vinegar, and then to add a little sweetness to it, I've got some honey, and specifically this is from the farmer's market and it is garlic chili infused honey. So this is just the honey that I have, and I think that it'll be really good. So I'm gonna mix that all together and then add it to this coleslaw to just make kind of like a lightly dressed coleslaw for this. Then I'm also gonna cut up some pickles to add to this because I love to have pickles with barbecue pulled pork. I'm gonna cut up this red onion and just cook it on the stove in a frying pan. So we've got some grilled onions, and then I might also add some banana peppers, which are 0 points. So that's everything I'm gonna be adding to the bowl. I'm gonna mix the pulled pork with this Sweet Baby Ray's sweet and spicy barbecue sauce. This is their no sugar added sauce, so it's 0 points on WeightWatchers, and that's everything that I'm gonna be adding to this. So I'm gonna go ahead and start out by weighing out the rice with the pulled pork, and then I just heat that up in the microwave. Everything else is gonna be either cold or like the onions will be cooked separately, and then I just have to make the coleslaw. So this will be really quick and easy to throw together, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so my pulled pork bowl is done. It smells really good. I haven't had pulled pork in a while, so I'm really excited for this. The grilled onions look really good, and I feel like this all came together really nicely. So this came out to 10 points total because I decided to do 4 points of the pulled pork. Like I said, you could also do 3, or you could do pulled chicken or like chicken breast for 0 points, which would also make this bowl only a 6-point bowl, but mine today is 10 points. I've got a 5-point base of jasmine rice, a 4-point serving of pulled pork, and then a 1-point serving of the coleslaw that I made for this. So the barbecue sauce, onion, pickle, and banana peppers are all 0 points on WeightWatchers. 10 points, and then I did track it in MyFitnessPal, and it came out to about 443 calories and 30 grams of protein. So that's the pulled pork bowl, and I'll be back with the next one. Okay, we're on to bowl number 6, and I'm really excited for this one specifically because I really like this mango salsa that I'm gonna be using. So today I'm gonna be doing a fish taco style bowl. I'm gonna be using mahi as my fish, which is 0 points on WeightWatchers. So I have a serving here that I just got from Sam's Club. It just comes individually wrapped. So I just thawed one of them because I'm just making one bowl today. So for the fish, I'm gonna be seasoning it with this Kinder's seafood blend and then some Old Bay seasoning. So I'll put the olive oil and then this, and then to cook it up, I'm just gonna do it on the stove in a frying pan. I'm just gonna spray it with some nonstick olive oil spray and cook it up for a few minutes on each side. Then I'll cut that up and add that to the bowl. The base is gonna be some brown jasmine rice that I have, so I'm gonna do 5 points of this. Then I'm gonna use some of this coleslaw that I made the other day for the other bowl because I was gonna use the regular slaw that I have. I still have some left from the bag, but I decided that this would be good because it's kind of creamy and I feel like it'll just go well with this, and I need to use this up as well. So I'm gonna use a point worth of that. Then I'm also gonna make some pico de gallo. All I need for that is some Roma tomatoes, an onion, some lime juice, some jalapeno, which I have from my garden here, and then some cilantro. I'm gonna need the pico for another bowl, the last bowl that I'm gonna be making, so I'm just gonna make a batch of it today that I can use for this bowl and that one as well. Then I'm also gonna use some mango salsa. You can have up to 3 tablespoons for 1 point on WeightWatchers, or you can have up to 6 tablespoons for 2 points. So I'm gonna see how my bowl is, and this will be the last thing I add to it to see how much I wanna do. I might just do a 1 point serving, but I'll decide when I get there. I'll have the base of rice, the coleslaw. I'm also just gonna slice up a jalapeno to add to the bowl, and then just the fish. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna actually season this first and let it sit for a minute while I get everything else prepped and the pico de gallo made, and then I'm gonna cook the fish last. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this bowl assembled. Okay, so here's my finished fish taco bowl. I did add a little bit of extra coleslaw mix, so just like the cabbage, to the coleslaw with the dressing I had already made, just to make it a little bit crunchier. It had gotten a little bit soggy, but I think that made it much better. So I've got that for a point. I've got the mahi for 0 points. Then the mango salsa, I ended up just doing a 1 point serving. I've got the pico de gallo for 0, jalapeno for 0, limes for 0, and then I've got jasmine rice for 5 points. So I did try a point of olive oil with the fish, and that makes this bowl a total of 8 points on WeightWatchers. I'm really excited to eat this. I love mango salsa, especially with fish like this, and I think the slaw and the pico will add a perfect crunch. I'm hoping the jalapenos aren't too spicy from my garden, but in my fitness pal, this came out to 410 calories and 26 grams of protein. So I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze my limes on here, and then I was also thinking about adding tortilla chips because I'm feeling a little bit more hungry today, so I might even crumble up a point worth of some blue corn tortilla chips, and that'll be my finished fish taco bowl. So we are on to the last bowl that I'm making for this 7 days of bowls video. And this one I'm excited for because it is something that both Adam and I love. We used to go to this restaurant called Cheeseburger in Paradise all the time for our date nights when we were in high school. And we would both get the jerk chicken wrap. It was our favorite thing. It was so flavorful and it was just what we ordered every time. So Cheeseburger in Paradise is gone now and we've remade the wraps at home, but now we're gonna try to do it as a bowl version today. So I've still got some jasmine rice, that's just the brown jasmine rice. We're gonna use this as our base. You could use couscous, cauliflower rice, lettuce, whatever you wanna do, but we're gonna do the brown rice today. Now with this bowl, I actually think that blackened chicken would be really good for 0 points, or just any grilled chicken, honestly, seasoned with some Jamaican jerk seasoning. But specifically on this wrap, they used breaded chicken, and so that's what I wanna use today. It's gonna make the bowl a little bit higher in points than normal, but honestly, it's worth it. I've got some extra points today. I'm gonna be using this chicken today, and it is 4 points for 3 ounces of it. It'll be higher in points than what I would normally use. Like I said, I think the blackened chicken would work perfectly, but today I'm gonna go with the breaded chicken. So this will add 4 points to the bowl. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna spray it with a little olive oil spray and add some Jamaican jerk seasoning to it. This is just the Flavor God Jamaican jerk. I'm just gonna do that to add some seasoning to it and hope that it kind of sticks when I cook it in the air fryer. I might add some extra to the bowl afterwards, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that to the chicken. Then I'm gonna be using the pico de gallo that I made earlier. So there was pico de gallo on the wrap before. I just have this that I made at home with onion, cilantro, tomato, lime juice, and jalapeno, which is also in my cookbook, but I went ahead and made that, and I'm gonna be using some of that on each bowl. We're also gonna have roasted red peppers, which I don't know if there are roasted red peppers on it, but I know there was a roasted red pepper aioli, and so I think when I've remade it and stuff, we started adding this and we really like it. So I'm gonna add those for 0 points. I've got some bacon, it's just center cut bacon. I'll probably add 2 slices to my bowl for 2 points. So far we have 5 for the rice, 4 for the chicken, and 2 for the bacon, making this 11 points. But then I'm also going to add probably a 2-point serving of reduced fat shredded cheese. And then I'm gonna add some lettuce to give it a little bit of a crunch. So that's 0 points as well. Like I said, that'll make this bowl about 11 points. I don't have a sauce for it yet. I was thinking about doing some type of like ranch, because that's what we've done in the past. It does have a garlic aioli, but I don't know if I really want like a mayonnaise dressing on this one. So I think with the seasoning on the chicken, I might just drizzle a little bit of ranch to give it just something, but it might not even need it with the pico de gallo, honestly. So I'm gonna go ahead and assemble it and decide that last minute if I wanna do a sauce. You definitely could do like a jerk sauce as well. They make like marinades and stuff, so I think that would be good, but I'm gonna go ahead and pop the chicken in the air fryer, and then this actually shouldn't take too long to assemble, especially because I already have the pico de gallo made. Okay, so my Jamaican jerk chicken bowl is done. I realized I did the math wrong earlier. It's actually 13 points total for this serving that I made today because of the higher point chicken, but it's gonna be so worth it. I am so excited for this right now. I've got the base of brown jasmine rice for 5 points. I have the pico de gallo that I made for 0 points, the romaine lettuce for 0 points. Sorry if you can hear Pluto eating in the background. I've got roasted red peppers for 0 points, 2 slices of center cut bacon for 2 points. I've got 4 points of this breaded chicken. It's just from Costco. And then 2 points of reduced fat shredded Mexican blend cheese. Then I did decide to make a sauce. I used that Jamaican jerk seasoning from Flavor God and mixed it together with some non-fat plain Greek yogurt, and I just used the Chobani brand. And then I also just put a little bit of the salsa ranch from Bolt House, but I'm not tracking that because it was such a little amount, and the Greek yogurt is 0. So 13 points total for this bowl today, and then in my fitness pal I tracked it. It came out to 486 calories and 35 grams of protein. That wraps it up for my video today for the 7 days of bowls. Bowls are something that I love, and honestly this video has gotten me re-inspired to just keep making them because even when I just have all these random ingredients in the fridge prepped, I can throw together a bowl that tastes good so quick and easy, and it's filling. It helps me to get tons of veggies in. Every single one of them has had multiple servings of veggies. It's got protein, and it just really helps me to stay on track with my weight loss goals. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Adam's been waiting to do that. I really appreciate it though. I appreciate your guys' continued support. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.